Welcome to the virtual race brief for the Manchester to Liverpool Ultra Marathon. Thanks for joining us. My name is Wayne Drinkwater and I am the Race Director at GB Ultra, and today we're just going to cover some of the key points that you may need to know for the event itself. So the new start venue for the Manchester Liverpool Ultra is at the Piazza on Media City. The details are being emailed over. The event takes place on Good Friday and race registration is open either on the Thursday evening from 5:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. For bib number collection, or it's available on race day morning from 4:15 a.m. up until 5:30 a.m. where you can collect your bib number and your GB race tracker. The GB race tracker must only be collected on race day morning. So even if you've registered it on the Thursday and got your bib number, you still need to come and collect your tracker on the race day morning prior to the event. You collect your race number, race registration, and just on the bottom there is a tear-off strip. This can be detached from the race number and attached to your drop bag. Your drop bag, race day morning, you'll hand in your drop bag, which will be taken from the start venue to the finish venue to be waiting for you there. That may contain a change in clothes, a change in kits, just in case you want some warm, dry kits at the end of the race. So please do bear that in mind, that is the tear-off strip there. You should then attach your tear-off strip to your drop bag, which will be transported to the finish venue to be waiting for you there, and it'll have your bib number ready and waiting. So from 4:15 a.m. up until 5:30 a.m. you'll be able to collect your GB race tracker. This should be securely fastened on the outside of your pack, so if you're wearing a normal backpack, then it should have line of sight with the sky, maybe on your shoulder strap or just on the back, but not inside the pack. It needs ideally to have line of sight with the sky to work effectively. It will update at 2-minute intervals and will provide a tracking link prior to the event so that family and friends can follow you during the event itself. And there is an SOS button just on the front underneath the logo. There's an SOS button. If you gently press that for approximately 3 seconds, that will then alert Race HQ that it's an emergency. The tracker is already switched on, so there's no action that you need to do other than to secure it to your pack. Nearby to the starting location at the Piazza Media City, there's a range of multi-storey 24-hour car parks, which are all pay and display available. So there's an option of leaving your vehicle in Liverpool prior to the event and jumping on the pre-booked coach transport, which will take runners from Aintree in Liverpool to the start venue, so that when you have ran the race, you have your vehicle there ready and waiting. So if you are one of those people, then you'll be parking your vehicle on North End Sports and Social Club. Please Google it. It is a little bit of a concealed entrance for there. It's also known as the Railway Club. So as you leave your vehicle there and you exit the venue, the car park, you would, if you turn right, walk down about 100 metres, and on your left-hand side, there's almost like a fence, which is the back of Aintree Racecourse, and the coach will be waiting there for you. Okay. It will be leaving at 4 a.m. sharp with an expected arrival time of 45 minutes to an hour to get to the Manchester venue. So the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon starts at 6 a.m. sharp. Before the race start, you just need to check that you've got your bib number, you've handed in your drop bag if you've got one, and you've collected your tracker. They're the main things. Please ensure that your bib number is worn on your front at all times during the race. This is purely because if there's an issue with your tracker, or we're trying to actually just ascertain whether you pass through that checkpoint, you're easily identifiable. If it's on the back of your pack or anything like that, then we might not actually see that. So when you start the race, you will be leaving the Piazza and you will head over the Manchester Ship Canal, over the footbridge, and you will be turning left. You will be passing by the Imperial War Museum as well as the Coronation Street Studios. You'll take a right over a tram line where there'll be some marshals. You'll see the Manchester United Football Club in front of you, and you'll be joining on to the Bridgewater Canal. Bridgewater Canal, as soon as you join it, you go down some steps beside Hotel Football. As soon as you join it, you'll be turning right. There will be marshals in position, particularly at the front end of the race, just to make sure that everybody stays on track. But as soon as you hit that, the Bridgewater Canal, you'll be turning right. That will then take you to the Trans-Pennine Trail, which will then make up the rest of the route. Please be aware that other trail users have got just as much right to be on the trail as you do. So please respect and go to one side. So if you're running by yourself, what I would say is try to run to one side rather than in the middle of the trail. So the red biodegradable tape will be at 20 to 30 metre intervals. If you're on a really straightforward section, it might be a little bit longer than that, but it just gives you that added confidence that you're en route. We'll also be using arrow signs, luminous as well as laminated arrow signs. And on the back end of the race, the last 8 miles, we'll be using reflective tape. If you've ordered one of the 100% recycled optional tech tees, finishes tech tees for the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon, please collect that at race registration prior to the event. Pop it in your drop bag. You'll also have the option of purchasing some GB Ultras merchandise, hoodies, tech tees, as well as vests at the finishing area as well as the start area. By now you should have watched the mandatory kit video by Laura Yates, the Assistant Race Director at GB Ultras. You should be carrying at all times the mandatory kit for the event itself. This is the minimum standard kit that you need to carry. If you found not to be carrying it at random kit checks or the finish line, then time penalties will be imposed. This is the minimum standard kit. You may decide that you wish to carry an extra base layer. Depending on the weather conditions, you might want to carry some spare socks, extra nutrition, absolutely fine. But the minimum standard kit is the essentials that you have to carry for your own safety. So the most up-to-date GPX for the race itself is on the website gbultras.com, and if you head onto the event race page from there, it's approximately halfway down and there's an option to download the GPX. In the lead up to the event, when we're rechecking the route again, we'll be marking the routes and we'll be updating our participants if there are any changes, any diversions. The local authorities are always in touch with ourselves, along with landowners. Sometimes these things do happen, sometimes there's urgent works, so a diversion might need to be put into place. So the route is firm, really firm underfoot, so we would really say that a road trainer would be the most suitable footwear for the event. Okay, so we want to ensure that there's no litter, no trace left from the event. So when you have any snacks or food during the event, please ensure that any litter is nice and tight, put back in a secure pocket until you get to a checkpoint where you can put it into one of the bins provided. But please make sure that when you're taking your phone out quite regular or anything else that you pack, that you don't inadvertently drop some litter. Or if you're aware of, you see something on the floor, please do pick it up and just pop it into one of the bins at the checkpoint. Checkpoint locations for the Manchester to Liverpool Ultra Marathon. Checkpoint 1 is at Charlton Water Park, approximately 6 miles into the event. Checkpoint 2 is at Dunham Massey, and that is approximately 15 miles into the event. Checkpoint 3 is at Latchford Locks in Warrington, and that's at 22 miles into the event. So checkpoint 4 is at Spike Island, which is 32 miles into the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon. Checkpoint 5 is at Speak in Liverpool, and that is 38 miles into the event. And then checkpoint 6 is at Broad Green in Liverpool, which is 44 miles into the event. There's toilet facilities at the first 4 checkpoints of the race itself. So checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3, and checkpoint 4. There's also toilet facilities at the start location and at the finish. This leads on to the emergency instructions for the Manchester to Liverpool Ultra Marathon. If there is a minor injury, please let the checkpoint, a race marshal, or Race HQ know. Only in emergency where there's a risk to life or limb, please follow these instructions. Number 1, please ensure that you use any spare clothing to keep warm and use your foil blanket that is part of your mandatory kit. Number 2, trigger the SOS button on your tracker. Your tracker might well be on your shoulder of your backpack, and just on the front underneath the logo there is a button. Gently hold it down for approximately 3 seconds and that will alert Race HQ. Please note it's no substitute to speaking to Race HQ on the phone. Number 3, please call 999 and ask for an ambulance. Number 4, please inform Race HQ. Number 5, please get the attention of fellow runners or passers-by by using your whistle or shouting. This now completes the virtual race brief for the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon. Thanks so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email the team at events@gbultras.com in the lead up to the event. If it is race week and we might be out marking the route, or if it's 1 or 2 days before, can't guarantee that you'll get a reply. Thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you to the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon on race day.